Trump is hoping to win his third state in a row, but the Nevada caucuses are historically unpredictable, so nothing is really set in stone. With us now are CBS News senior political editor Steve Chaggaris and Politico national reporter Eli Stokols. So, Steve, let me get to you first. Explain to our viewers why the Nevada caucus is considered so unpredictable.
Well, we don't know who's going to show up. In the last caucus in 2012, they had about 8% turnout for the Republican caucus. 8%. That means we just don't know. Like, is it going to be a large turnout, small turnout? And if it's a small turnout, anything really could happen at this point. And so polling is unpredictable because you don't know if you're talking to people who are actually going to show up to the caucus or not. So we're just really going to watch to see what happens here. I mean, the polling shows Trump way ahead, but it really just all depends on who shows up tonight.
So, Eli, then I have to ask you, it's not even close according to the polls. And I know, Cruz and Rubio have specific strategies in Nevada in the hopes of solidifying some votes there. But does this mean that maybe someone else may have a shot because it's so unpredictable?
Well, I think, you can look at Nevada as some place where organization really matters. It's a caucus state. So few people are rooted in Nevada, especially in Las Vegas, that, it really is hard to get people to show up. You would think that would accrue to the benefit of the campaigns that are well organized. But two of the campaigns that had the best organizations in the state, Jeb Bush and Rand Paul, are now out of this race. And Donald Trump, who just got organized in August, you would think, oh, that might be a problem. But the people in Nevada, they're watching the same coverage, the Fox News, the same tweets. They're seeing the same thing that everybody in all 50 states is seeing. And so for Donald Trump, not being as organized may not be as much of a problem when you've got this overarching meta-narrative of his that is just so strong. You see Ted Cruz trying to get back in alignment with Trump, or even to Trump's right on immigration. But it's probably not going to happen. Trump is synonymous now with the guy who wants to build the wall. And so Ted Cruz has a problem there. Marco Rubio has a little bit of momentum, but just when you look at the polling, Trump at 45% and Cruz and Rubio below 20%, hard to figure that one of them somehow pulls off a victory tonight, even though in Nevada all things are possible.
Steve, before I get back to you, Eli, we mentioned earlier that the Cruz campaign is under fire for spreading this inaccurate video about Marco Rubio online, and you wrote an article about this. So is this just the opportunity that Marco Rubio needs to distance himself away from Ted Cruz?
Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz have been drawing contrasts for quite a while. I mean, the problem for Ted Cruz is this is his biggest self-imposed negative, this untrustworthy thing. There were the dirty tricks alleged in Iowa with telling people that Ben Carson had quit the race when he had not. Mailers in South Carolina last week photoshopping Marco Rubio into a picture with President Obama. There have been a lot of things that the Cruz campaign and Ted Cruz himself have had to come out and say, yes, sorry, we shouldn't have done that. And Marco Rubio is just picking up the hammer and hitting him over the head with that. Yesterday, it cost Cruz his communications director. Marco Rubio is moving in a more positive direction at this point than Ted Cruz, who's been flat and maybe losing a little bit of support. Donald Trump's a huge problem, though, for both of them, especially for Cruz, because he's taking away evangelical voters from Ted Cruz. He's taking away the conservatives, the far-right conservatives that Ted Cruz banked on winning, that he thought were critical to his strategy of sweep.
All right, looks like we lost a shot there.
Steve, can you hear us?
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we'll talk to you, Steve. Yeah, because at least we got your voice. Can we talk about John Kasich and Ben Carson?
Yeah.
They're polling in the single digits in Nevada. You think we could see maybe them drop out depending on how things shake out for them in Nevada? Or, I don't know, maybe John Kasich wants to hang on until he gets to his home state.
Yeah, the Nevada's not in Kasich's plans. He's looking ahead. He's been looking ahead to Michigan and Ohio, his home state, although there was a poll out this morning that shows Kasich down to Trump in his own home state, which is not really good news for the sitting governor of Ohio. I think what Kasich is trying to do here is really try to make himself an establishment alternative. What you're also seeing are many, many folks in the establishment side of the Republican Party basically suggesting to Kasich that he's getting in Marco Rubio's way. The sense is that Rubio has the momentum among establishment Republicans, and they want to coalesce around him to be the anti-Trump, anti-Cruz alternative, and Kasich is just sort of getting in the way and taking support away from Rubio at this point. I don't think you're going to see Kasich get out. He's really, his whole strategy is to look ahead to March 8th and March 15th states, and then if it doesn't work out for him there, especially if he loses in Ohio on the 15th, I don't think you'll see Kasich stick around much. As for Carson, you know, he's still spending money. He's not raising a heck of a lot, although he raised more than any of the other Republicans total. And so he's in this, I think, partially because he feels that maybe lightning will strike, especially if Cruz keeps going south. He feels that Cruz's support may be the type of support that he can pull into his campaign. And at the same time, there's also no love lost between him and Cruz, and I think he's sort of there as a thorn in Cruz's side after what happened in Iowa, and Cruz staffers suggesting that Carson was dropping out right before the caucuses to try to juice Cruz's numbers up there. And so Carson's just going to hang around. We'll see what happens in Nevada, but I think he's really waiting to see what happens to Cruz.
Steve Chaggaris in Washington. Steve, want to thank you, and Eli Stokols. Sorry we lost that shot to our viewers. We're going to try to get him back hopefully a little bit later today.